Happy Thursday, everyone. Meteorologist Andrew Wilson here with an update to the forecast. As we like to do every Thursday, we like to get you planned and ready for the weekend ahead. You know, we do our weekend weather updates every Thursday afternoon at 2:30. Every Monday, we do the weekday weather updates at 2:30 there. We also did an update yesterday. You know, sometimes when we have a little bit more in the way of active weather, we're going to be doing updates in between the weekday and weekend weather updates. That way you can stay informed on what you can expect as far as impactful weather, like the big heat wave that we have going on right now. We're going to talk more about that in a moment. Looking off to our north and west, though, you notice that there's a little bit of other active weather things going on, events going on. That's up towards Nashville. Look at Middle Tennessee. They're really dealing with a lot of strong storms right now. Now, these storms look like they're going to miss us just off to the west. We're probably still going to get a little bit of rain for some of our communities here in North Georgia from this, but as far as the severe risk is concerned, it is looking like that is going to stay further off to the west. We're going to take a deeper look into that here in just a moment. But let's talk about one of the things that's impacting us a little bit more right now, the air quality. It's low right now. It's actually down to the unhealthy for sensitive groups. That's why we have an air quality alert in place. This air quality alert is just letting us know that if you're maybe somebody who has asthma or COPD or another breathing disorder, maybe it's a young infant within your household, or maybe it's somebody who's older, some people who are a little bit more sensitive to breathing issues, they may be having a little bit more trouble here as we head throughout today and into tomorrow as well with breathing issues due to the fact that there's a little bit more in the way of pollutants that could be in the air. Thanks to the fact that we have high pressure overhead, that's kind of allowing air to sink down to the surface, kind of trapping some of those pollutants closer on down to the surface, and again, making it a little bit harder to breathe outside. You can kind of see that haze. This is right at sunrise here in Atlanta. You can see the hazy conditions out there, and moving through the time lapse, you see that it kind of sticks around. Again, those pollutants kind of getting drawn down to the surface. I was actually walking through my neighborhood last night in Cherokee County. You can kind of tell that there was a little bit more to the air, and some of that's the humidity to come along with it as well, but it's also some of the pollutants that we have out there in the air. So current conditions, you can kind of see the hazy weather that we have over Atlanta at the moment, looking towards downtown. That's the current conditions. So we just saw the time lapse a moment ago. It didn't look much different. And then we look off towards the Sandy Springs area, closer on over towards the King and Queen Towers, there on the north end of the perimeter. You can kind of see similar conditions off towards Truist Park. And then we look out towards the airport. Everything moving smoothly out there, no big concerns, but know that it is a travel weekend, so there's going to be a lot more traffic out there, I guess you could say, at the airport, and it could mean that things are a little bit slower, let's say through TSA, and we may start to see some things slow down other than weather impacts. That delay information that you saw on the screen, that's mainly as far as the weather is concerned. Taking a look at temperatures as far as 2:33 p.m., and there are 2:34 now in the afternoon here on Thursday. 89 in Atlanta, 89 in Peachtree City, 90 in Thomaston. The hottest temperature we've had so far this year in Atlanta, 92. We're going to be right up there, maybe even above it as we head throughout this afternoon. We may beat that today, so be ready for that big heat. Again, make sure that you're being safe outside. You don't want to take any risks by not drinking enough water, not taking enough breaks. It's best to take it safe this time of year. Take a look at the temperatures over the last few days. We've been either at average or above average ever since we got there closer on over towards the, towards the middle to end of the month of June here. You see that we hit 92 just a few days ago, 91 the day after. 2 days ago, hit 89 for the high. That is the average. And then 90 degrees there just yesterday. Temperatures have been trending a little bit more above average, but they haven't necessarily been in that really dangerous range just yet. I'd say it could still be considered dangerous, especially for sensitive groups. You want to make sure, again, that you're staying hydrated. But we don't have any heat advisories on the Georgia side of the state line. Looking over to Alabama, you can see that we do have Cleburne and Randolph County under that heat advisory. They have excessive heat warnings further off to the west, wherever that central area of the area of high pressure, upper level high pressure is located. That's kind of what's driving this heat wave that we have across the southeast, but still no heat alerts here in North Georgia. You should still be paying attention to your body though and what it's telling you. The differences between heat exhaustion and heat stroke: if you're feeling faint or dizzy, excessive sweating, cool pale, clammy skin or rapid weak pulse, that could be heat exhaustion. But what's really important to note, if you stop sweating, you notice you stop sweating outside and your skin starts to get hot, that heat exhaustion may have gone further, a step further to heat stroke. If you have heat exhaustion, there's some things that you need to do, like drink plenty of water, find an air conditioning place, take a break, maybe a cool compress, put it on you. But if you have heat stroke, always remember to call 911. You want to make sure you're staying safe out there in some of that big heat. Again, the hottest temperature we've had so far this year was 92. That was back on June 25th. On the 26th, we hit 91, but as we hit throughout the next few days here, you see that we are expecting to get hotter than that. Today, going to be hotter than that, hotter than the 92 degrees, 96 there for Friday, 97 for Saturday, and then you see the temperatures starting to go down there as we head into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, but still numbers that are going to be added to the hottest temperatures that we've had so far this year, all the way there even through Tuesday. You see the average high at 89. We're going to be hotter than that. So how many days have we hit 90 degrees so far this year? 7. Of course, if we hit it today, which we are likely going to, we're going to make that 8. You see on average we should have 47. So we're still well behind that average, but of course we still have a lot of the summer to go. Remember, it's only late June. We still have all of July, August. Sometimes we can even hit it in September. So be ready for that heat to just kind of continue on. So let's now talk a little bit about the rain, something that could break some of the heat, right? They're getting a little bit of a cool down up towards the Chattanooga area, seeing a little bit of shower activity up there. Murfreesboro, up towards Tennessee, just southeast of Nashville. They have a lot of thunderstorm activity dipping down towards the south and east. It's kind of taking a little bit more of a turn to the south. There still could be some of these storms as they're coming further to the south that could impact us. We're going to be keeping a close eye on that. Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb is in the building right now. He is actually talking to producers about our show for tonight. Be sure to tune in at 5, 5:30, and 6. He's going to have the latest on what the storms are doing and keeping everybody updated on the storms and also the hot conditions that we have outside over these next few days. So again, these showers and storms continuing to move to the southeast. Of course, you can keep an eye on them yourself as well. Just download that 11 Alive app. You can explore the radar there at the top of the screen. 89 degrees right now in Atlanta. That's real-time data. You see the temperatures rising into the mid-90s this afternoon, having a little bit of cloud cover at times and then cooling off tonight. That's the real hourly forecast. And if you open up your phone right now, it's going to say those exact numbers. So make sure that you download it. You can send in those weather wow moments. Maybe you found a way to stay cool in these hot conditions. Going out to the ice cream truck, maybe you're out by the pool. You want to share maybe playing in the sprinkler system in the backyard while you're trying to cool off. You know, send us your photos. Maybe you're out on the boat, Lake Allatoona, maybe you're up towards Lake Lanier, having a good time and being safe out there in this heat. Share those photos with us, and we may even share them right here on air at 11 Alive. You can also watch newscasts and weather updates like the one you're seeing right now live on your phone. You can also get extended weather updates and extended news information on certain news stories that you really like by downloading the Roku and Fire TV app right there on your Roku and Fire TV devices. It's the 11 Alive Plus app. It can be really useful whenever you want to get extra weather information like the weather update you're seeing right now. So we talked about those storms that are off to our north. Now I want to let you know, Forecast Track has had a really tough time handling these storm systems that have been kind of coming around the top of this ridge of high pressure that's just off to our west and shifting into our direction. It's had a really tough time deciding where these storms are going to go. So this may not be the exact play out, but I want to let you know there is the possibility that we could have a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity by about 5:30 p.m. tonight, maybe into western portions of Georgia. Forecast Track, though, trying to keep us a little bit drier. Let's see where it's trying to show some of the rain. Maybe a few showers up there just off to the north of Chattanooga, up towards the Falls Creek Falls State Park area, if you know where that is, just north of Chattanooga. And then those showers continue to fizzle out as they move down to the south. Now, I want to let you know again, right around 7:30, even though Forecast Track is trying to show that we are going to be drier, there's still going to be that chance for a few storms. So just know that. Forecast Track, again, really struggling with the path of these storms, these summertime clustered storms that have been making their way across portions of the southeast. By the time we get to 9:30 p.m. on Thursday, you see that thing, or tonight, things are going to start to cool off, but still hot. By 9:30, still in the 80s. We move into tomorrow morning, starting off in the 70s, rising into the mid-90s tomorrow afternoon. A few showers and storms are going to be possible, even into the early evening hours. And then we head into the early morning hours on Saturday. We start off drier, but you bet in the afternoon, another chance for some scattered showers and storms are going to develop. That's going to be the story over the next few days. We're going to have isolated showers and storms possible there for Friday and Saturday, scattered showers and storms for Sunday and Monday, and still just a few isolated showers and storms on Tuesday. Could be some heavy downpours in some of these, so keep that in mind too. We could be dealing with some heavy rainfall here and there. You're not guaranteed rain each day, but know that it is going to be possible. We could still use a bit of rainfall for Atlanta, mainly down towards the airport. Remember, last week we had parts of North Georgia that picked up a ton of rainfall, more than 3 inches over the week. That really helped things out, but the airport kind of missed out on a bulk of that rain, meaning that we're still closer on towards being near normal for the month of June here in the Atlanta metro. And also, we still have abnormally dry conditions for parts of our region as far as the latest drought monitor is concerned. That came out this morning. Every Thursday morning, that latest drought monitor comes out. So we're going to continue to keep an eye on rain. We still need some more. We are at a deficit now again for the year in Atlanta, but we have those opportunities here over the next few days to change that. So how much rain can we expect here over the next 7 days? Anywhere from about an inch of rain. That's where you're seeing the light blue color there down to the Atlanta metro. Maybe a half of an inch closer for communities near the Macon area and getting closer on over towards Augusta. But when you look into far north Georgia, that's going to be where we see those higher totals. I'm talking like 3+ inches of rainfall. Those communities, you don't have to worry about running the sprinkler system this week. But if you're in the Atlanta area and further down to the south, likely going to have to continue to run that sprinkler system just because it is still going to be a little bit dry at times. Here's that big ridge of high pressure we've been talking about, again, shifting over our region here as we head throughout the next few days. Notice as we head through the weekend, it's going to kind of collapse a little bit. It's going to weaken. Think of it like erosion for a hill. That's going to be kind of what happens to this high pressure. It's kind of erode, and we're going to end up seeing a bit of a cool down as far as the temperatures are concerned, and that's also going to be when we see a little bit of an increase in rain chances. Then we make our way into next week. You notice that we are still going to be pretty hot there. Looking at the tropics, we're going to have a low chance for tropical development over the next 7 days there into the areas just northeast of the Lesser Antilles. We'll keep a close eye on that, but likely not going to be a threat to us. And then Hurricane Adrian is out in the Pacific. This is not the Atlantic. Remember, the Pacific carries a different list of names. So Adrian is out there in the eastern Pacific. It's moving away from land. We'll keep you updated on it, though. Not going to impact us here in the Atlantic Basin. And then you see the next name on our list here in the Atlantic would be Don if we get another one. Of course, a lot of the season to go. Peak of the season isn't even until September 10th. Let's look at that 7-day outlook. Looking like we are going to be having some hot conditions here as we head throughout the next week. The 4th of July, 91 degrees, 30% chance for a few isolated showers and storms, and then a slight chance for rain there on Wednesday. Now, typically we look at the 8 to 14-day outlook, but we're running out of time for our update today. I want to give you a quick look at the weekend getaways. Looking like it is going to be pretty hot here from most of the locations around us. A few storms there in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, as well as up towards Lake Lanier. Looking great if you're headed down to the Emerald Coast, though. Of course, you can always get updates here at 11 Alive on 11alive.com, and then, of course, from the 11 Alive app. Have a wonderful week ahead of you, and we'll keep you updated on everything right here at 11 Alive.